Hi, Muthan. Aditya here.
Adi.
So, yeah, tomorrow the thing is I have my HR round scheduled.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow my one of the I had shared you that I'm looking out for a job change and successfully 2 rounds have been cleared, and tomorrow I have a HR round scheduled.
Okay.
And any suggestions like how can I negotiate for the best salary?
Like it depends on what company you are applying for. I normally prefer to speak the salary upfront to any of the HRs
Mhm,
that I interact with, or even before the first round, because
mhm,
you said you don't waste your time attending companies that don't satisfy your desires, and you are also saving their time. They are also having finding time for their technical recruiters and other HR managers to take interviews for you. So best thing is try to negotiate or confirm the salary before attending the interview. And if it's just your first interview, based on your experience or skill set, I'm not a big fan of experience. Maybe based on your skill sets you can demand, maybe for someone like 3 years experience, you are looking for some product based company, you can ask till 20 LPA. That would be a reasonable sum. Again, you can ask more than that as well, but I'm telling this is the current trend now. Previously it used to be a number of years of experience into two. So normally people will restrict from asking more than 9. But yeah, things have changed. Even I know a lot of my friends are actually need at least 30 to 50 testers in their team, right? So they want to scale their team with 50 members, but they don't have really good skill set people. So if you are really skilled, wait for the right package and then attend the interview, get the right job, right? So don't rush and try to get a job with less salary and then again move within 2 or 3 months, right? So that's what I would suggest.
Yeah, sure, Muthan. It's a product company only, and it's a good healthcare product
Yeah.
company. But
Yeah.
I'll try to negotiate
Good.
as per your suggestion.
Good. Adi. Like, don't always look for the cash bonus. Like, if the company is a startup, you can also think about what kind of stock options they provide. Uh, People normally doesn't know what is the stock options, what it can bring, right? So always don't think only about the cash part of it. Think about the stock part. So if they are not ready to give your cash, whatever you are expecting, maybe if you're asking for 20 and they're only okay to give 18, but maybe you could ask for a joining bonus. These kind of things, right? So at the end of the day, you want the net CTC to be 20. It doesn't matter whether it's with joining bonus or without joining bonus or with stocks. So maybe if you are compromising on your salary, go and ask for joining bonus. Or if you're doing some buyout, you can get
Mhm,
them pay for you. And
mhm,
you can also ask them about the appraisal processes, like
mhm,
what sort of appraisal process I have to go through, all that.
mhm,
And most probably try to get a good stock option if it is a startup. Okay.
mhm,
Try to learn about how a startup operates,
mhm,
what does these stock options mean and what it can bring you, right?
mhm,
So try to understand all these things. That's more important.
mhm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Muthan, thanks a lot. Maybe I'll try to negotiate for more salary. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's better to ask for more instead of regretting later after joining the company. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, I'm Madan Praveen here.
Yeah, Praveen.
My question is, right now I'm having 2.5 years of experience, but in a different domain. I'm into production support
Okay.
and vulnerability management field, but I would like to switch my domain into testing automation.
Mhm.
So can you give some advice to how to get started and how to look for opportunities out there? Because recently I've attended one manual testing interview.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I got rejected in the first round itself. So it would be they ask for real-time experience, but I don't have any real-time experience on the working knowledge. So how can I proceed further?
Yeah, this is a typical case, right? There are a lot of people like you who have moved from development to testing and then support to testing. It's quite common, right? And the best way is to actually, whatever the company that you are working for, try to get your manager, know about your intentions of moving to a different domain. Maybe you get an opportunity to work within the company. within a different project, or maybe in your project itself you can move to testing, get some real understanding how testing works, how you can do the real testing, what are the different intricacies that you need to know about testing and all that, because that's the easiest thing to do, right? So if your manager thinks that you can move you from one, domain to another, it's much easy, right? So that is first part. If that's not the case, maybe you can try
Yeah,
to, there are
that's
a lot
not
of,
possible here. So that's why I'm looking for a change.
yeah, if that's not the case, then obviously you can there are a lot of YouTube channels who covers manual testing, and there are a lot of resources available as well. Or maybe you will definitely have a testing friend, right? So bug him and try to get more knowledge from him, and try to understand how things work, and then slowly you can pick it up, right? Don't worry that you get failed in an interview. So even if I enter an interview, it's not 100% that I can land in a job. So everyone here, right? So even though you have a lot of knowledge, it doesn't mean you can clear an interview, right? So having knowledge is different from clearing interviews. So you don't have to mingle them, and the more you fail in the initial stages are good for you, right? So you get motivated to learn more, right? So and then if I will tell you my example. I was a manual tester, and I failed in a lot of automation interviews, and that's what the motivation point for me, right? So if I get passed in one of my first interview, I would have landed in Hexaware. Maybe I would have earned around 5 to 6 lakhs per annum, right? I failed in multiple interviews. The company where I landed, I earned more than that, right? So the failing is not really important here. The learning is very important. So get started. There are a lot of YouTube channels. There are a lot of blogs available. Or the best way is to find a testing friend who can help you out, right? There are a lot of forums as well. So try to be part of those testing forums, and definitely you can scale yourself, right? It takes just 3 to 6 months, but it's worth the effort. You can do it.
Yeah, okay, man. So the next question is um, is it a good career to get started into? Because a lot of people are getting into automation plus selenium testing. So um, how can we survive? Because a lot of people are engaging in those field in this
Yeah.
particular domain, especially in
So
testing.
how do you rate a success thing in a field, right? So if you consider in terms of money, right, you can earn as much as a good developer earns, as much as a good
Mm-hmm.
Docker specialist can earn, or a Kubernetes administrators can earn. So yeah, it's about how well you can do this job, right? So
Yeah,
there are
that
people.
is one part. And the thing is that is there really a demand out there for this testing role?
Yeah, if you know Selenium API, and maybe a web automation tool, API automation tool, and a mobile automation tool, I can directly give you an my friend contact. You can reach out to him. He will, if you are really good, he can take you immediately. So that's how the demand is now. I'm not sure
Okay.
how this is going to be in future, but if you are really skilled, and I hope you can survive it anywhere, right? You can even survive in DevOps field. It's up, same here, right? So you have to be the best, right? You have to keep learning, and then keep moving, right? That's the
Yeah,
best
correct,
thing.
correct.
There is no future. I cannot predict the future. I don't know how it's going to be, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, make best use of it. That's it.
Okay.
Amutan, can I
Yeah,
ask one more question, or is it
yeah.
restricted only one question
No,
per
no, no.
person?
It's okay, but we'll try to give others options as well. But yeah, if you can have
Yeah,
ask your question, guys.
yeah. So my question was like, people tend to lose interest when they have got manual testing. Is it okay, like, to bring an innovation in that particular project which we are, or to switch a company?
Yeah, switching a company, right? In my perspective, right? I used to do a lot of manual testing in my current job, right? So I'm not hating it, right? So my company is paying me good salary, good work-life balance. I'm not really bothered about what kind of work I'm doing, right? That's my motive, right? If you are really intention, I never worked on a full-time automation project, right? That's not going to happen anywhere, right? So that's not how things work, right? In the real time, if you are a manager, you cannot select, there is only one testing position. He has to do both the things, right? So if you even switch the job, and then even in the new job they are asking you to do manual, right? You cannot keep switching companies, right? Companies you can choose. In my perspective, again, I prefer good culture, good work life balance, a freedom to try and do whatever the innovation you want to do. That's what I see. And you don't have to do all the time on the job learning, right? If you do only the on the job learning, you cannot become a master, right? So you have to learn out from your field. There are a lot of testing competitions happening, a lot of hackathons happening. There are a lot of freelancing projects available. You go and see how people code, right? So if you just work on your project, you never get to learn a lot of things. So try and explore more things outside your work, and that's when you get a lot of knowledge. So don't try to switch companies just because you are working on manual. It is their loss, right? So if you are a really good automation skills and they're not really using it, you know using you properly, that's their problem. You don't have to really worry about it. Worry when they ask you to stretch for 18 hours, 16 hours every day, and that's the problem. So you have to fix that. Just a minute, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, Amudan.
Yeah.
Balaji here.
Yeah.
So, Amudan, I have 5 years of experience in both manual and automation.
Mhm.
So, regarding my skills, I'm very good confident enough to create a framework from the scratch single-handedly. But the thing is, I'm getting less than 10K. Sorry, 10 LPA.
Okay.
These days I didn't bother about salary because I just want to learn something new, learn something in automation, whatever tools available. Like that I went, but now I'm feeling I'm a bit underrated. Am I really underrated? Because
No,
5 years of experience.
It depends, right? So it depends. Again, if you really don't have a need for money or all that thing, that's fine. But if you think you are not being paid really well, I would suggest you to try out some job openings outside, right, and see how good you are, or what might be the right package for you. If you
Okay.
don't regret, right? So don't regret it. You have still opportunities. Try to enter into some really good websites. Don't go to Naukri. If you go to Naukri, again, they will get you into CTS, Infosys, where they bargain you for 30-40%. Try to look for startups. They're paying more. Like if you are a bachelor, you can spend a little bit of extra time in startups, and then they also give you stocks, which can if you really get into really good startup. I don't know how well your growth could be in next 5 years, but yeah, there are also product based companies apart from Fang. They also pay a lot of money, right? So they give really good, for example, Adobe, Twitter. These are all companies, they hire people and they give really good work life balance, and they also pay
Okay.
you really well. So try it out. I know people being less paid than you, right? I know people with 5 years of experience getting paid 3 lakhs per annum as well. I know people who was earning 1 crore, right? So there's a very big difference, right? So if you are fitting somewhere, it doesn't mean that you are underpaid or you are overpaid. So it's up to you what you want, and you can, market is open for everyone. You can go and tap what you want.
Okay. Actually, whenever I'm getting some job applications to for the interviews, the ideal salary will be like 15 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why I felt I'm a bit underrated. In your experience, how much will be the ideal salary for 5 years of experience?
It depends, man. It depends on your skill set and your needs, right? Sometimes I thought, I was happy with 5 years of experience. I was happy with 10 lakhs per annum until I
Okay.
came to know, all of my friends' salary with my similar skill sets, right? So, you know, it entirely depends on you, man. If you think, you can, earn money some other ways, then this might not be really the case. So it depends. It depends on your personal preference. Somebody wants a good work-life balance. They don't need big money. Somebody needs a really good money. They don't care about work-life balance. It entirely based on your needs.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Amutan, this is Saif.
Hi, man.
So actually, like I was asking nowadays, like most of the companies in the technical round, they're asking about the programs. So just thought of starting with the lead code. So could you like suggest me like how to solve the problems in the lead code, and how it is like how it will benefit me in turn?
Yeah. So this is actually a norm. If you are trying for a good product based company, they expect you to write good quality code. If you know about good data structures and algorithms, maybe you edge over others, and that's the real thing about lead code. Again, you could actually start with maybe some YouTube channels like Dinesh Varyani. He creates really good videos on YouTube about data structures and algorithms, and there are a lot of success stories available and how to get started with lead code. There are a lot of channels, like you can follow Soumyajit Bhattacharya. He reveals a lot of salaries, and then he also speak how he started to learn DS and algorithms, all that. So I'm entirely not into that side. I was more into the automation part and the DevOps side. So yeah, from my perspective, there are a lot of YouTube channels available. Pick the one that suits you the most and then practice regularly. Yeah, you should be in a very good position to clear all these interviews. They don't ask you really complicated things, right? So they will give you hints on how you can clear. They will see the approach how you are making, and maybe one or two times you fail, but eventually you will land up in a very good job. So just give it a try.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Rohit,
Yeah, I am.
hi,
I
hi,
am now.
hi, now.
Yeah, hi, Amlan. Thanks for this meeting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would like to introduce myself. I have almost 6 years of experience.
Mhm.
I started my career as a L2 support and then to L3 and a few bits of development, and then landed into testing and then into automation. So I have problems like I am finding some companies, but I'm not able to maintain that yearly hike is really bad in MNCs. So
Mhm.
I want to switch my career from some this MNCs to some either captive companies or else some startups or else some good startups, some base startups. So how to identify these companies and how much you are telling, right? So according to the skill set they pay, how much level of the coding expertise that we need. Because if you ask about me, I'm comfortable with Selenium with Java
Mhm.
and API, and also I have done mobile automation with Perfecto.
Mhm.
And as of now, I'm currently working with a framework called Easy Repo from
Okay.
the Microsoft.
Yeah, Nagar. So the thing is, you know, uh, actually, you asked a lot of questions. I forgot. So you want, you want to get into product-based companies. There are really good websites. For example, Instahyre, BigShyft, and Hirist, Neuvoo jobs, and these kind of websites. And most importantly, LinkedIn and Glassdoor. You will get a lot of attention from these websites. Okay, so these websites are the place where these product based companies and startups post their jobs, and most importantly try to have a good connections with you, right? So there are a lot of communities, testing communities available. So if there is some opening, the easiest way to get a job is through a referral, right? So you have to make best use of the communities. There are a lot of testing communities available. For example, the test chat is there, the test tribe, they are doing a lot of good work. And Naveen Automation Labs is having a Telegram group. Even I have a Telegram group, and there are a lot of testing communities. So try to be part of it. And there is a one group called the test jobs corner from the test chat, and they post almost 1,000 jobs maybe in a week. They post so many jobs in their Telegram channel. It's just that you need to be in right place to know where the job is, right? If you don't know where the you are not in the right place. That's what I say. If you go and search in Akri, good companies don't post their jobs there. Okay, so that's the problem. So you need to find right job portals and right place where you need to search for the jobs. The good thing is, even if you find a job in LinkedIn, I would advise get to know the job code or the job description and go and apply in the company site, or directly send an email to their HR if possible, so that you can immediately get a reply. I'm not telling 100% you will get a reply, but there are a lot of chances if you directly apply in their websites or send an email to their official HR team. So yeah, that's how you have to tap. Again, it's not just in India. If you want to get a job in Europe, you want to get it from US, Australia, whatever the regions, I get a lot of calls from these regions. They are also open to remote. So it's just that you have to be in right place. LinkedIn is the best place. Try to make a lot of connections, and try to be part of some good testing community, so that people post the jobs, they can help you to get referred, and that's the best way to land in a job in a product-based company.
Yeah, sure, Ramadan. And one more query. So, how much DSA skills are needed? Because I failed miserably in attending in Zoho and Freshworks, and I could not make up the last round with ThoughtWorks too.
Yeah, so that
Yeah.
happens. Even it's okay. It's okay if DSA and algos. There are two parts. Again, I have told this multiple times. From my perspective, if you're a manual tester, you can either learn all the automation tools, Selenium, APM, Rest Assured, Docker, and all these things, right? Jenkins, Git, and all that. This is a separate path, and you have also another path where certain companies don't even ask which tools you know, because they really believe if you know DSA and algos, you can pick up any tools. You can write good quality code with using any tools. So for example, Amazon, they don't ask you a lot of automation testing questions. They ask you, they said, manual testing, they ask you manual testing questions, and then they have DSAs and algos down. And yeah, for an SDET, they'll have only these, right? So they assume, or they already have proven ways, right? So Amazon hires best engineers because they only take DSA and algos, right? So they feel if you know DSA and algos, you can write good, you can learn a tool. Learning a tool is not a big deal, right? So not all the companies ask for DS and algos. So if you are good in DS and algos, you can attend those companies. If not, there are still a lot of companies offering you good pay. But I think the companies that are asking DS and algos are paying more, right? More than 50 also they are paying. But yeah, but you also need to have the automation testing knowledge, but not but the main preference is for DS and algos.
Yeah, sure. I will try to learn it with LeetCode or some other platforms. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yes.
Yeah, thank you.
No, thank you.
Any other questions? Mahesh, again, thanks for helping me, man. I saw some. Please state some company names. Again, there are a lot of companies, guys. Okay, for example, Navi, that started from by Sachin Bansal. They paid really good salary. Form Easy, and then you have Adobe, Twitter, and then a lot of companies, right? So in movie, you have a CCM, Disha, right? So there are a lot of companies that pays really good salaries. For example, Freshworks does, and Socure is another startup, and then Razorpay, you have Pine Labs, you have whatnot, all the good financial technological companies. They'll pay you really good salary. Dreamlove and Swiggy, Zomato, these are all companies that pays really good salary. So yeah. Yes, Paytm as well, PayPal. Yeah, all the company names that they mostly pay good salaries. The financial techs predominantly pays very good salaries. Okay.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, good.
Okay. So as I said before, I am having 5 years of experience. Now I'm getting lead role. In this role, I'm maximum what I'm doing is I'm training automation testers, freshers, like that, and I'm maintaining projects, automation projects. That's it I'm doing. But I need something like I want to work with coding. Even I'm getting 5 years or 10 years of experience. So what kind of role I can give? I don't want to switch to management side, like leading a team like that. But
yeah,
I
you
need to
can
be in technical.
you can
So
speak to
for
your managers,
QAs,
right? Yeah, you can speak to your there are companies that has different roles. For example, they have SDET, senior SDET, principal SDET, they have principal architect, test architect. They have different roles, right? And it varies from organization to organization. You cannot have a same testing role in two companies. That are not really possible, but the roles names can change. But yeah, there are still roles that for testers in certain companies that allows you to do the coding and enjoy coding. But there are in most of the companies they don't have that. You have to obviously end up in management. I don't think management is bad. Sometimes you can grow to much greater heights in terms of in management, right? So you never know. You will be a good manager than a good coder. So don't stop yourself from exploring something. I'm not again stopping your interest, but sometimes you never know what suits you, right? So until you try that out. So don't restrict yourself. You never know what future have for you. Don't restrict yourself on some technologies or some tools or some desires. yeah, let it open. Let the future decide it for you.
Yeah, thanks, Amar.
Again, guys, this is just based on my experience, and this can completely vary. Somebody might think, "What this guy is speaking? I this won't, this is not happening in my real life." Exactly, but yeah, this is what I have, learned. Whatever I know, I have spoken to a lot of people. Since I have got a lot of opportunity to meet people and speak to them, this is just fully based on my personal experiences and might not be really, as go ahead with you, right? So yeah, any other questions for on-site? Which companies would give more opportunities? I think most of the service-based companies gives a lot of on-sites. For example, TCS, Cognizant, all those companies are giving a lot of on-sites, specifically into AU and EU regions. Again, if you are looking for an on-site job, I would tell you, go and apply for companies directly in LinkedIn and Glassdoor. Okay, there are a lot of European companies are ready to pay you for the relocations and all that, and they are ready to take you. For
Yeah,
example,
hi, Amadan. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
So is it possible that we can get a job in India for an on-site? You said a lot of European companies are
yes,
offering.
yes, 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 definitely possible. That's what I'm telling.
Yeah, no, I have heard from my seniors it's not possible, so that's why I'm asking.
Maybe your seniors might not know really what's happening around, but
Uh,
I have personally attended one, and due to some thing, I couldn't accept that offer. But practically there are a lot of people who have done that. Maybe I'll bring someone into the YouTube channel, and then I'll take an interview with them. Maybe at the time you can show to your seniors.
yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. But for
Mhm.
example, you can basically go ahead and start with LinkedIn. If you are looking for a job in Germany, Netherlands, Poland is also offering a lot of jobs. Croatia is also have a lot of jobs. And I think the Germany is really getting in a faster rate, because most of the people in Germany is now getting retired, and they need more young youth forces into the IT. And they
Mhm.
are the government already told, they are okay to give sponsorship, visa sponsorship to anyone. So they have given green signal to all the companies to go and hire a lot of young talents. So maybe this is the right time for you to go and explore, right?
Mhm. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yeah, which programming language has demand? It's entirely based on regions and what's your interest. If you learn one language, it's easy to learn another language and another tool. So don't really worry about the languages about now. So maybe if you are looking for a job, maybe Java Selenium has a good market in India when compared to Python Selenium. But I'm not telling Python Selenium doesn't have a job, but it's still having. But yeah, Java Selenium has more jobs. Again, C Sharp Selenium is also having more jobs, and JavaScript is really getting more popular nowadays. Cypress, WebDriver, IO, these tools are getting more popularity, especially in the Europe as well as US regions. And tools like Tosca is also getting popular in AU regions. So it depends where you are applying for a job. So just do some homework, guys. Just do some homework. Open a job portal, look for which, suppose you are looking for a job in Bangalore. Go ahead, open a lot of portals, search for an automation tester job in Bangalore. You will try to find out what are the skills that they are asking, right? All these things I have done myself, right? I was looking for a job, remote job. I did a lot of research. I did it myself, right? So same way, if you are looking for a job that satisfy your needs, maybe you do some research from your side as well. Open all job portals and then search for automation job profiles. See what is the skill set that is being asked more, or what is getting paid more, and then you can prepare accordingly.
Yeah, Madan. Madan, one famous question: how to handle 3-month notice period?
I don't know, if you are really skilled, people will wait for you. But if you are okay to take some risk and all that, uh, uh, maybe I would not advise that, because that would put me in trouble. But yeah, I know people who have dropped papers and then search for a job. But nowadays what people are doing, they're doing offer shopping. Since the 3 months notice period is there, they get one job from a company that's okay for 2 months or 3 months notice period. In the meantime, they go and purchase a lot of other offers. And yeah, they are getting joined in completely different company from where they started. So Yeah, nowadays the people are using it for their own advantage. So nowadays 3 months notice period is not even a problem. That's a blessing now.
Yeah, but sometimes in the screening itself, they are rejecting 3 months
That's
notice
okay,
period.
man. That's okay. That's better,
Okay.
right? So you don't have to really go through all the interview process and then they come and tell you we want you to join in. So it's better. So if companies are rejecting, that's okay. There are still thousands of company that needs you know good quality automation testers or testers. So go ahead and apply for those companies. Don't worry about you getting rejected in a company or people not looking into your resumes. That doesn't really matter, right? So you will get your own chance, and when the chance comes, you prove.
Thanks, Amber.
So anything else, guys?
Uh, one more question from me, Amadan.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, so on an average, within, if we are within 6 years of experience, we are getting a lot of calls from this job portals. But let's say if we cross some 8 or 9, so the happening is like, is it via referrals and connections only? We are able to grab some offers if we ladder up our experience, years of experience. Is that
I am actually part of a lot of job groups. Okay, even though I am not searching for a job, I'm really part of those job groups to come to know what's happening in that group. So I see a lot of openings for uh, 10 years experience, 12 years experience as well. I would only advise, yes, there are more jobs for people in the mid level because that's when people ask for less budget, right? So but if you go beyond 8 to 10 years experience, maybe you would expect a 30, right? And then instead of giving a 30, people might hire like 3 to 4 mid-level automation testers. They can get the job done. But yeah, the number of jobs is comparatively less for senior roles. That's obviously how the pyramid works. But there are still jobs available for those people, and you have to be, if you want to climb up the ladder, and then you have to be really skilled. So you are definitely having the job, but definitely will not have the same numbers. Yes, sir, there are, Aditya is finding out certain groups where they are posting all the jobs. So these are all the testing groups that post jobs. I think Naveen Automation Jobs Group and DTC Jobs Corner. I think TTC Jobs Corner is posting jobs, almost 1,000 jobs in a week. Man, they are crazy. Yeah, so you can join these Telegram groups. They are absolutely free, right? So yeah, so you can join and get to know about that.
thank you.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah,
Yeah, so I have a question. Like you were referring that some companies have DSA heavy like interview, while some ask for more on the automation tools and
mhm.
stuffs that we know. So can you just like name the ones which are DSA heavy and the ones which are tools heavy
Most
among
of
the
the
product?
product based, yeah, most of the product based and startups, they rely on your data structures and algorithm skills. Because if you are getting into a startup, they want to really write a good code first time itself. They don't have time for looking back and all that. So most of the product based and all the startups, most of the startups look for DSA and algorithms. MNC based and some really some product group companies, they might not really bug you with a lot of DSA and algos. They may ask you simple programs, lead code easy level programs, but they will not go into very complex programs. So yeah, you have to first decide which location you want a job, what is your pay that you are expecting, what kind of companies that you are looking for, whether you want it to be in startup, you want it to be in an MNC, what sort of work life you want. I mean, decide all that, and then you can pick companies based on that, right? So after that, you can decide which companies to attend, which company is having good work life balance, which company is providing more stocks, which company is providing ESOPs. All that you can do some research first. Instead of searching job in a wider range, try to restrict yourself to what you want, which location you want, and all that. That might give you some idea.
Yeah, and another thing is that I was like you said that most of the startups. So like recently I got an offer from like Ola, not an offer, like the JD, like the recruiter reached out to me. So there I saw that they were asking for some of the tools, like knowing about the Android or testing on mobiles and API. So can you just state some of the broad list of skills that will cover the JD for most of the companies?
Yeah, definitely. So must needed skill is your testing skills. We call it as
Mhm.
manual testing or whatever. That is a must need, and you need to
Mhm.
be very good at web testing, mobile testing. You need to have experience with your Android and iOS testings. How we can debug things. What is ADB lockat? How do you debug things? Basic experience with native apps is really good. And if you're having wide range of experience with testing React Native apps, Flutter apps, what is happening, what is an Ionic app, all these intricate details, the manual testing skills is really important. Again, most of the financial tech companies will definitely ask you for API testing skills. Without APIs, nothing will work in a microservices architecture. So APIs are really, really important. You have to be really strong with APIs. Again, tools is on top of it. Okay, maybe if you are going for a financial tech, they will ask you for Postman, an automation tool. They might use rest assured, they may use karate, they may use soap UI, they may use super test from javascript, so they can use multiple libraries. So I can tell exactly which tools they may ask, but API testing with manual and some tools, automation tools, will definitely give you some advantages. Apart from this, try to get into Dockers, because all the companies are now migrating to Docker
Cloud.
Kubernetes architecture. So Docker Kubernetes is again very important. Again, as an automation engineer, you also need to know about how Jenkins work, how Git works, what is Git actions, right? These things definitely fetch you a lot of attention. Again, on top of this, if you have knowledge about what is AWS, how things works in AWS, these things again fetches you a lot of advantage. And microservices is getting more attention nowadays. So try to understand what is microservices, what are different microservices architecture patterns. All these things might really help you out to get a good job, good paying job.
Okay. And like I am not done like any kind of mobile automation. So which should I pick up? Like should I pick up APM?
Yeah, you can pick APM. I have free tutorials on Android automation using APM. I want to make iOS automation soon. I'm waiting for my MacBook Air to be delivered. So once that is done, I will create videos on iOS automation as well. So yeah, if you know Selenium, learning automation, APM automation will be like 1 to 2 weeks of work. Okay, you don't have to really worry about the APM. So if you know already Selenium, so APM is going to be really easy for you.
Okay, thanks.
Mahesh, do you want to throw some lights on your experiences, like any advices?
You mean in general?
Yes, maybe what kind of skill set someone should have, or anything that you would like to share. What you would expect from a 6 to 10 years experienced automation engineer when you try to recruit some of them?
Yeah, I mean, some of them would definitely vary from company to company. And also sometimes it would also vary from product to product, right? I mean, for example, in a company where I work, we have a lot of products that are, some products are legacy based.
Mm-hmm.
Some products are heavily microservices based. Some products are moving from monolith to microservices. So a lot of requirements actually depend on what product, what company, what they're getting into. But one thing what I have noticed is everybody writes a JD where they want everything, right? I mean, every manager wants everything, but the reality would be completely different. I mean, they don't need everything, but they are. I mean, they, they want everything because they feel that tomorrow there might be another requirement where somebody might have to work on a Docker containers or Kubernetes or something else. So it's very important that especially if you are an automation tester, right? I mean, it's very important that you focus on being strong in one programming language. It could be Java, Python, or whatnot, and also tools like Selenium, Cypress, or whatever out there in the market. Be good at that. And also, it's important to understand, how different pieces of the architecture fits in together. For example, if you are going to be applying for a role in microservices, in a company or product where it's going to be heavily on microservices, it's important to understand, how microservices work, what are the different parts of it, right? So it's extremely important. And also look at the current trends. I mean, the current trends is all about cloud, SaaS, DevOps. So all the relevant tools and technology, you got to know it. You got to know it. Otherwise, we are going to become irrelevant, because today it's all about speed, it's all about acceleration, it's all about time to market. So the more you can help product companies to deliver that, you will be in demand. So how would you in demand? You got to pick up those right tools and skill set that's going to be extremely important for them. So as long as you have the right skills and tools, you can ask for any ranges. I mean, ranges does not matter for a
Really,
lot
yes,
of them.
exactly. Yeah.
When we open up a rec, for example, if I open up a rec, I mean, this is a realistic example I'm giving. I mean, we open up a rec with a budget of 20 lakh for 3 years. We are okay to move up to 30, 40 lakhs if we get the right skills and right knowledgeable person. We are okay to bump that up. That's the reality. Don't restrict yourself.
Yes,
That's
yes,
my
exactly. Thanks, Mahesh. Again, I recently got to interview one automation tester, and I was asking him some basic questions. He told he was really good at Java. I asked him to explain, what is this public static void main, why it is static, why it is not static. And then he told, I'm not using Java directly in my code. I'm using TestNG and all that. And yeah, he wants me to ask questions from the thing what he learned from 50 top interview questions, Java interview question to learn, and then he wants me to ask questions from that. That was his intention, and I asked him. Okay, he was okayish, but the problem is, when I asked him what is your expected salary, and he was like 3 to 4 years, I think, but he was asking for 22 lakhs per annum. I'm okay. I'm not really concerned about the salary at that point of time, but he has to be really skilled enough to ask for that salary, right? So even after performing way below his mark and way below the expectations, he was demanding 22, and I asked him why you really want that, and he's telling I already have offers for 18, right? And then he wants at least 4 lakhs over it. Okay, I told, we are looking for candidates who are, you can be very adamant with your salary as long as you have the right skills. But if you don't have the right skills, nobody is going to pay that, right? So that's really important. And most people doesn't really understand things, right? So they are not ready to, if you are telling, okay, you're not maybe a best fit for this particular position, they are not be in a good mood to accept it. And again, accept the reality, right? So no interviewer want to reject you. That's the first thing. They all want to select because they want good people under them. If you are really good, I will definitely have you, because I don't have any ego having a good person, good skilled person around me, because I will learn a lot of things with him, right, from him. So everyone, if you are a skilled person, everyone wants to have you. Maybe one or two might not, but other than that, everyone will like to have you. Okay, so if you are getting rejected in an interview, accept the reality that you lack the skills to clear the interview. That's very important. Most people blame the interview process, blame the HRs, blame the technical recruiter, but yeah, that doesn't gonna work out. Accept the reality, move on and scale up your knowledge, and you can basically land in a very good job with a good paying salary. Any other question? Again, thanks, Mahesh. Thanks for showing some insights on what's your experience as well. Yeah, any other questions anyone has? Maybe we can wrap with a couple of questions, and then we say it's a Sunday night, and we don't want to bother more time.
One last piece of advice is, don't run behind the money.
Yes,
I mean,
it will come to you. It will come to you.
Yeah, don't prepare for a sprint. Prepare for a marathon. Be patient.
Yeah, it will come to you, right? You, even if you say I don't want that, it will come to you. So run behind knowledge, right? So that's the way you have to. The money will automatically come to you, guys. It's not that you can only get paid from a job. You can do freelancing, you can take freelancing projects and all that, but for all that you need knowledge. So run behind knowledge, the money will definitely come to you. That's what the reality in IT. Amesh, I think I overrated you. Anything else?
Yeah, the one last question I have. So, while looking for a job in abroad, so how can we identify that the company is legitimate or not?
Definitely you can, if you they might have a proper LinkedIn profiles, and then they will have really good people working for them. And you can also go and check their careers. The Glassdoor is having a lot of reviews about a company, so there is no way that you're gonna get cheated. Okay, so things are changed. Okay, there are a lot of peoples who are working in Europe. Okay, you can reach out to them. Definitely a friend or mutual friend of yours will be in a particular, suppose you are looking for a job in Germany, at least some mutual friend of yours will be there in Germany, so you can reach out to him, ask for help, and all that. But most probably the LinkedIn Glassdoors have reviews all over it. There are people working for every company. You can reach out to them personally and then try to understand what business they do and how legit it was and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, is the sustenance is the videos uploaded in YouTube, right?
This video, yeah, I hopefully if more people are requesting, I will upload it.
Yeah, yeah, okay, fine.
Yeah, sir, ping me in LinkedIn. We'll speak if you want to speak to me personally. No worries.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, hi, Dhawan
You-
over here.
Hi, Dhaval.
Yeah, like currently I have 2.9 years of experience in the testing, and it's only manual testing.
Okay.
Like I do have some knowledge about the automation because I used to do automation, but I did not get the opportunity to work on the real-time project. But now in my company, they are telling me that uh, uh, like work on the automation, but I need to do my I need to do my project work as well.
Mhm.
So like after the 3 years they are giving me the automation, so but yeah, it is not a full-time automation. I'm not working on the project, so I'm confused that should I leave this in the should I leave the company or should I stay in the company. So I'm very confused, so it
So
would be better.
what are your intention? Do you want to learn automation or not?
Yeah, I want to learn the automation.
Then go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
spend extra time for you. You're learning, right? So if you are spending 10 hours in a manual testing for your company, spend
Mhm.
another 2 hours. That maybe for 3 months, guys. Just think about what you're gonna have in future. You're gonna be very knowledgeable. You'll be very capable of landing in any job. You'll be
Mhm.
capable of doing the job. So you'll be really, really skillful, right? You don't have to automate because your manager wants you to automate. You can automate to reduce your own work. Normally I automate to reduce my manual testing efforts. I do a lot of automation. I sit and enjoy my scripts are getting ran, and then I do very less manual testing work because I have automated most of them. So you can do automation to save yourself sitting longer time in front of a desk. So go ahead and do it. This is the right time. 3 years is exactly the right time to go ahead, do it before you get married. This is the right time. After getting married you might not get a lot of time, man. I'm telling you this. So just do this now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sure, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, any final questions? Otherwise we can wrap.
Hi, Amudan, Rajesh here.
Hi, Rajesh.
Some of the consultancies posting QA jobs in Europe and UK. How we need to approach that one? Whether
I
that would
cannot
be
really
suited.
comment. See, there are a lot of consultancies available. Very hard for me to tell, what consultancy can help you, what consultancy will cheat you. I will always suggest go and apply in their portal, and then try to get a job directly from a company, and don't rely on consultancies. And that's my experience. There are still a lot of good consultancies that can directly fetch you a job, but I have never attended any consultancies, so I cannot really comment about it. But my advice, always go for careers page and apply it, or apply from their LinkedIn, so that you'll directly get a call from them.
Okay. Okay. Can you name those reliable consultancy names?
No, I don't know, man. I'm not really into that. I'm just telling there may be reliable consultancies, but I'm not really sure about it. But why do you want to go to a consultancy? There are LinkedIn to help you. Glassdoor jobs can help you. There are a lot of Stack Overflow jobs is there. You can fetch job in Europe using them. So go and apply in those portals instead of yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, like one last question, like I am thinking that I should leave this company. So yeah, they are giving me the automation, but there are some issues. I have some issues with the company. So is it possible to switch to, like, should I complete my automation after that I should switch the company, or I should start my automation journey with the new company?
How many companies, if you can clear an automation interview and then you can go and perform the job in a new role, it's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and switch it. But most probably, you have already spent 3 years here. You can spend another 3 months. That shouldn't be a big deal. From my perspective, again, this is my personal advice. You can leave it if you don't like it. But thing is, don't rush in getting a job, right? If you rush yourself in getting a job, you will definitely end up getting very less pay. Okay, you are forcing yourself to settle for a less pay. Improve your skills, take your own time. Okay, the best time to search for a job is when you don't need it. Okay, so relax. Searching for a job should be a relaxed process. It should not be forced. And if it is forced, you have to take whatever the money they are offering. So that's how it is. So take your time. Maybe if you are spending 1 or 2 months extra, that's okay, but land in a job that you don't have to even worry about salaries or switching to another companies for next 2 years. So at least spend that 1 or 2 extra months. Don't force yourself into a job.
Yeah, okay. I will sharpen my skills, and then I will try to get in the job after
You can
one.
parallelly search for jobs. You can parallelly try to apply for jobs, see, attend couple of interviews, and get to know what people are expecting from you. That will give you a really good idea. Uh, you know by the time you get prepared, 3 months, you would have attended at least 5 to 4 companies. You would have already got some idea what these companies expect from you. And in the sixth company, you can, now you are ready as well. You have already have knowledge, you already have experience attending interviews. So the sixth or seventh company might be the company where you join.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
got the idea. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, guys, I think we are already 1 hour. It's a Sunday evening, and I need to take my personal time as well. Thanks for attending, guys. I hope I have made some contribution from my side for your germ search. If you have still doubts, you can reach out to me in my Telegram group. I'll try to help you out. I wish you all a very happy Monday tomorrow and the rest of the week. You all have a very good day. Bye, guys.